What's up, guys? Went to my first auction. Thought I'd share it with you and see what you guys thought. It's a little bit different than what I've been doing with the chopper build, but learned a few things, got some stuff, so figured I'd share it with you. So let's get going. So the first couple things I wanted to go over was I wrote some stuff down over here. Just to get out of the way, I'm not a reseller. I don't buy stuff trying to flip a profit. My idea was going to this auction was to go and get stuff to enhance kind of what I got in my garage going on here for stuff I'm building, stuff I might build in the future. So just want people to keep that in mind when I do this. Like, I'll tell you guys prices and what I paid for stuff. I'm not too worried about, but I'm not buying it in the effort to resell it to make a profit. So, yeah, no further ado, let's get over to what I got. Oh, first, a few things I learned. No, we'll do that after I show you the stuff, because then I'll kind of talk about it as I go through everything. So let's move on to show you what I got and what I paid for it, which is probably why a lot of you are looking at this. So again, thanks for tuning in. So before we show you what I got here, I'll just kind of show off how it started for me. I'd never been to an auction before, so I saw this. I was a small engine shop that was going out of business, and I thought maybe, hey, I could add to some of my tools and capabilities of what I got. I've also added some stuff here, an old file cabinet, which is nice to store tools in, and rearrange some things, clean some things. But anyways, you show up. Here's my first tip: be early, because I showed up. I think the viewing started at 10, auction at 11, so I got there a little bit late. All right. So before I get showing you what I actually got on everything, I just want to talk about what auction I found. I saw one. It was a small engine auction I saw on small engine shop going out of business on Facebook. So I said, I'll go check it out. Maybe they have some tools I could use. And I work on some motorcycles, small engines, things like that. So first tip, be there early, because it fills up quick. I showed up probably about 20 minutes early, and holy cow, I had to park way up the road, which sucks when you're carrying heavy stuff and it's icy because it's springtime in Alaska. So everything's like a sheet of ice. And unfortunately, my boots here like to slip all over the place. And you got to see the microphone cord hanging down too. So be early, otherwise you're going to be hoofing stuff. I actually ended up going up and moving my truck down a little later on, or some people kind of thinned out, because luckily I didn't get anything super huge. So be patient, because there's a lot of stuff going on that I didn't even want is like down the way. So I just kind of hung out. It's my first auction. I kind of soaked it up. When you showed up, you'll get a bidder number. So I got one of these, my bidder number. And then the cool thing with this auction is they had no buyer's premium, which is basically the auctioneers cut out of stuff, and they had no no reserve. That's the word I'm looking for, no reserve. So basically, you paid $1, you got it for $1. That was it. So for me, my first auction was pretty cool. Again, I'm not a reseller. I'm not trying to get stuff to make a profit on it. So I'm just kind of, seeing if I could enhance what I had. So anyways, well, let me get on to what I actually got. So we'll start over here. Turns out when you turn the light on, it shuts the recording off. So I recorded a whole bunch of stuff. It wasn't actually on record. So I'm gonna do this again. So first box I got. So it's kind of an assortment of hitch stuff. Everything was sold in a box lot like this. There was a big tarp out that had a whole bunch of boxes on it. There was a bunch of snow machine parts and spark plugs. This is where another tip I would say, to be careful that you don't buy junk, because there was stuff that had some good stuff in it, but a lot of like miscellaneous parts that you could sell, but it would take you forever, and they were very specific. Like there's boxes with like 6 snow machine heads and cylinders and pistons in them, which is not what I want. But this box here I got for $5. So it's pretty cool, because I actually don't have a hitch for my truck. I don't have a trailer, so it has that hitch piece, which I may or may not use. It's got a bunch of trailer wiring. It's got a 7-pin plug in there. It's got no wiring on it. I'm gonna throw it down. Looks like it actually fits in the 4-pin and adapts. So some chain, and then 3 different ball sizes. So thought that was pretty cool. It's something I didn't have, and I spent $5 for all of this. And then I threw in at the end of the auction. They came in and showed, this was sitting on a table by itself. In the end of that, everything was cleaning up, and they asked if anyone One of these, sometimes people take stuff and set it out because they don't know what it is, but this is actually a siphon. There's a little ball in there. You can use it to siphon out of like a small tank, like a motorcycle tank or ATV tank or whatever you want. So I'm just gonna hold this mic down here because it came off my shirt. So I'm gonna have to readjust it actually because I'm gonna need my hands here in a minute. So bear with me as I go on to my next thing. So next stuff, this whole lot down here was all together. I got all these gas cans, this oil drain pan, $12.50, which I think is a pretty good deal because I have chainsaws, I have lawnmowers. I'll be testing bike stuff when I get the chopper running, so I'll need some gas on hand. My phone is being annoying because I film this all on my phone, so that was cool. All this is a lot, $12.50, so to me, that's a win. And the final thing about that I really wanted was this box here. So I paid $155 for this box, and some of you are probably like, holy shit, that's a lot for an auction. But what this is it's actually a piston ring compressor kit. So this basically has these different ring sizes, so you can take the piston rings, compress them, and then install them back in the cylinder if you're rebuilding an engine. And this looks pretty much brand new, and it even has like really small sizes, like this is like chainsaw, very small engine size. So I looked these up, they're like $100, which is okay, but I'm not a reseller like I've said, so I think I got a good deal because also in here I got a dial bore gauge, which I can use for checking run out on crankshafts, like on Harley engines if I want to do gear driven cams or if I want to see if the crank is just wrecked. You can check truing a wheel, all kinds of stuff. It has a little base that powers on to hook it in. So I've got some hones, so a hone there. Even little itty bitty hone, baby hone right there. Not totally sure what this stuff is, but I think they might, I don't really know what they are, to be honest. If they'll focus. I don't know if they'll focus. But I'll have to do some more experimental research. Got some stuff that's like kind of truing, like an axle or something. You could set it in there. They're pretty level. I got this. I'm not really sure what this is. I'm thinking it might be a dial bore gauge, but I'm not totally sure. If you do, let me know if you know what this is, because that'd be cool, because I need to figure out what it is and use it, hopefully. I got this. I'm not really sure what that is. It looks like a gear puller of some kind, but don't know. So, or some kind of, it might be actually a valve spring compressor. What that might actually be, because it might grab the spring below it and then push. So anyways, all this, $155. And this is one of the main items I was actually looking at the auction because I want to do some engine rebuilds. I have a twin cam A engine over there for a Harley in that black bin that I'll work on at some point. So I thought all in all, my first auction, thought it went well. So I just wanted to share my experience in case someone was kind of wondering if they wanted to expand what they had or what they wanted to use. So again, I got $155 on all this stuff here, $5 on all that, nothing on the siphon, and then, oops, I hit the mic right there, $12.50 on all this right here. So I'd say if you're, be early, be patient. There's, it's going to seem overwhelming because there's guys that know what they're doing, but just kind of, if there's something you want, just kind of hang close to the auctioneer and just relax and have fun. It's kind of cool to see everything. I've never been to one, so this just kind of allows me to expand my garage capabilities at like, a little less than what I pay if I went out and bought like all those. So thanks for stopping by. This is not what I normally do, but I went to the auction. I thought it was kind of a cool experience, and I'd share it with everyone. If someone's kind of thinking like I was last week when I was like, I don't know if I should do this or not. I'm not really familiar with auction. Am I going to find stuff? And I actually watched some YouTube videos, but most of it's about resellers, and I'm not a reseller, so I want to share a perspective of someone that's buying for themselves to expand their garage. So now it's been a little while since I posted, so I'm going to put this one out. It's Friday right now. I'm planning to do every Friday to be a more consistent schedule. So I am going to start working on, if I could speak English and get my thoughts lined up, I'm going to resume working on the chopper build. So the next part is tearing down the CB750, the bike that is kind of the donor parts and the engine stuff's coming off of. So that'll be the next video coming out next Friday. Be part one of the tear down. So that'll probably be a few parts as I got the whole bike together. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and checking this out. Hope, it helped someone that might have been thinking about doing an auction. And yeah, this is FW Garage. Have a good one.